Can you imagine the perfect marriage shattering in an instant? Picture this, a love story that spanned over 28 years, a bond that seemed so unbreakable it could weather any storm. This was the narrative of Jacob and Emma, a couple who from the outside had it all. Their life together was a harmonious blend of shared dreams, laughter, and memories. They were the epitome of a perfect couple, a living testament of a love that stood the test of time. But beneath the surface of their idyllic life, a web of betrayal was being spun. Emma, the devoted wife and loving mother, was living a double life. She had been unfaithful, not once, but multiple times over the years. This was a secret she had managed to keep hidden, tucked away beneath the facade of their seemingly perfect marriage. The unraveling began on an ordinary day when Jacob accidentally stumbled upon the truth. He overheard Emma's candid confession over the phone. The words tumbled out, raw and unfiltered, revealing her long-term infidelity. Those words hung heavy in the air, a painful echo that shattered the silence and the illusion of their perfect life together. In that moment, the world as Jacob knew it crumbled. He was left grappling with the reality of his wife's betrayal. A wave of emotions swept over him: shock, disbelief, anger, and a deep sense of betrayal. His heart ached as the woman he thought he knew became a stranger before his eyes. As the truth sunk in, the weight of Emma's actions bore down on their marriage, straining it to its breaking point. Their shared history, once filled with love and trust, was now tainted with deceit. The foundation of their marriage, built on years of shared experiences and promises, was now cracked, the fractures too deep to mend. And just like that, the illusion of a perfect marriage was shattered. They were no longer the ideal couple everyone admired. Their once unbreakable bond was now a pile of broken promises and shattered dreams. The facade had crumbled, leaving behind a painful reality that neither of them could escape. How does one react when trust is broken? Jacob, who believed in the sanctity of his marriage for 28 long years. Now, envision his world crumbling around him as he learns about his wife's numerous affairs, kept hidden from him all these years. A seemingly perfect marriage, a bond of trust and love, shattered by the weight of betrayal. Jacob was no stranger to the occasional turbulence in a relationship. However, the revelation of Emma's infidelity was an earthquake that shook the very foundation of his existence. The woman he loved, the woman he believed in, was leading a double life. A life that was not shared with him, but with multiple lovers. A life that was not only a betrayal of their vows, but a betrayal of their shared history and memories. The shock was like a punch to the gut, leaving him winded and disoriented. Each confession, each name, each detail was a dagger that pierced the armor of trust he had built around their marriage. The pain was raw, the betrayal real, and the disgust palpable. The woman he thought he knew was a mirage, her true self hidden behind a veil of lies and deceit. The realization that his wife had been unfaithful was a bitter pill to swallow. The feeling of disgust that washed over him was unlike anything he had ever experienced. The woman he had loved, trusted, and cherished had betrayed him. His heart ached, his stomach churned, and his mind was a whirlwind of confusion and disbelief. Jacob was left grappling with a reality he didn't want to acknowledge. The woman he had pledged to spend his life with had broken their sacred vows. The image of Emma that he held in his heart was shattered, replaced by a stranger with a familiar face. His home, once a haven of warmth and love, was now a reminder of the betrayal he had endured. In the face of betrayal, disgust and shock were his only companions. What next when a marriage of 28 years comes to an abrupt end? A question no one ever wants to confront, yet a situation Jacob found himself in. When the trust that once tied two hearts together is shattered, the only way forward can often be to part ways. And so, the painful process of divorce began for Jacob and Emma, marking the end of a relationship that spanned almost 3 decades. Divorce, though a legal procedure, is more of an emotional upheaval. It's like meticulously unweaving the threads of a tapestry that was painstakingly woven over years. And every thread unwoven unravels a memory, a shared moment, a piece of their shared life. The process was long and draining, each day a reminder of what was lost, of the betrayal that marred their union. But as the old saying goes, every cloud has a silver lining. For Jacob, it was the sale of the property they once shared. This tangible severance of their shared life was a bittersweet moment. On one hand, it was the final goodbye to a life he once knew, a life he had built with Emma. On the other, it was a step towards healing, towards embracing solitude. Solitude, often misunderstood as loneliness, can be a powerful tool for self-discovery. In the quiet, Jacob found a sense of relief. The chaos of betrayal, divorce proceedings, and the sale of property had finally simmered down. In the silence, he found a space to heal, to reflect, and to rebuild. He found solace in solitude, a solace that was elusive in the turmoil of the past few months. This chapter of Jacob's story serves as a reminder that life often takes unexpected turns. It's a testament to the human spirit's resilience, its ability to heal even the deepest wounds. It's a testament to the strength that lies within each one of us, waiting to be discovered in the face of adversity. Sometimes, when the wound is too deep, solitude is the only solace. And so Jacob found his solace, his peace in the quiet, in the solitude. And in the midst of the storm, he found his strength. What happens to the one who betrays? The aftermath of Emma's actions painted a grim picture. The facade of her marital bliss had crumbled, revealing the twisted web of betrayal she had spun over the years. She was left alone, grappling with the consequences of her actions. The woman who once led a double life now found herself trapped in the silence of her solitude. Her once bustling home now echoed with emptiness. The laughter and warmth that once filled the rooms were replaced with a chilling silence. The pictures of her perfect family life, once proudly displayed, now served as a stark reminder of the happiness she had squandered. Emma had recklessly risked everything for the thrill of her secret affairs, but now that the truth was out, she found herself yearning for the mundane routines of her old life. The thrill of the chase, the exhilaration of her secret rendezvous, had all faded away, leaving her with nothing but the bitter taste of regret. She had hoped to find solace in her lovers, but they too had disappeared. The men who once showered her with attention were nowhere to be found. They had been fleeting moments of escape, not the pillars of support she now needed. Her attempts to fill the void were futile. She tried to immerse herself in work, in hobbies, even in new relationships, but the loneliness was always there, lurking in the background, ready to engulf her at any moment. She had shattered the trust of the one person who had stood by her side for 28 years. She had lost the love of her life, the father of her children, all for a fleeting moment of excitement. Emma's story serves as a stark reminder that the allure of the forbidden fruit often blinds us to the consequences of our actions. Truth has a way of surfacing, no matter how deep we bury it. And when it does, it leaves behind a trail of destruction, a broken home, and a lonely heart. In the end, betrayal brought nothing but loneliness. What can we learn from Jacob and Emma's story? In our journey through this tale, we've uncovered some vital insights. Accidental discoveries, much like the one that shattered Jacob's world, can reveal hidden truths. These truths, while painful, can drastically alter the course of relationships. An offhand comment, an overheard confession, can be the key that unlocks a Pandora's box of secrets. Emma's hidden life underscores the significance of honesty in a relationship. Communication breakdowns can lead to betrayal, and once trust is broken, it's a steep climb to regain it. The importance of transparency becomes paramount. The facade of a perfect marriage, much like the one Jacob and Emma maintained, can often mask deep-seated issues. It's essential to remember that openness is not just about revealing the good, but also confronting the bad. Infidelity, as we've seen in Jacob and Emma's marriage, often leads to irreversible consequences. The pain, the hurt, the sense of betrayal, these are wounds that time may not completely heal. Divorce, while a painful process, can sometimes be a necessary step toward healing and self-discovery. It's a chance to start anew, to redefine one's identity outside of a relationship. Family dynamics can undergo a drastic change following infidelity. Relationships with children, relatives, and friends can be affected, leading to a ripple effect of emotional turmoil. It's a reminder that our actions have consequences that reach beyond just our immediate circle. Finally, Finding solace after betrayal can be a challenging journey. Emma's attempts to fill the void left by her marriage only deepened her loneliness. It's a stark reminder that the path to healing is not about replacing what was lost, but about learning to live with the loss. In the end, it all comes down to trust, honesty, and transparency. Without these, even the most perfect marriage can crumble to dust.